those of IntellectualRadio.com, its subsidiaries, or sponsors. Encouraging, educating, and empowering you into action. This is Warriors Talk with your host, Lady Rochelle.
Hello. Welcome to Warriors Talk with author and founder Lady Rochelle, where we move away from awareness towards action. This is Relationship Monday, and we are live on Intellectual Radio. We just heard from Roman with the Drive at 5. Keep it locked right here on Intellectual Radio and allow us to feed your brain. The show has been sponsored by Emmanuel Church of God in Christ with Pastor Michael Richardson. We are located at 3058 West Van Buren in Chicago. We are still practicing social distancing. You can catch the Word of God every Sunday morning at 10:15 a.m. on our Facebook page, Emmanuel Kojic. The quote of the day is, "Sometimes you have to walk away from what you want in order to get what you deserve." Co-hosting with me today is none other than cancer activist, motivational speaker, and the founder of the Gal Foundation, Rizal Gilmore. Hello, Rizal.
Hello, Lady Rochelle.
How are you?
I'm very excited. It's Relationship Monday. I love these days.
I love Relationship Monday. We always have a great time and we always run out of time.
Always.
So our topic for today is friend zone, the raw truth. So we're going to talk about how you know that you are friend zone. So first, let's get out the way. What's the definition of someone who is friend zone? So a friendship in which one person is romantically or sexually attracted to the other person, but the attraction is not mutual. All right. So what does it mean to be put in the friend zone? First of all, I wanted to ask the question, Rizal, have you ever been put in the friend zone?
Yes, I have. More than once at that.
Okay, and how did that make you feel?
It's not a good feeling. It to me it's kind of like a gift and a curse. Um, because either God could be saving you from something by being put in the friend zone, or every person that you meet, you're not supposed to be romantically involved in. You may have an interest, but some people are just best as friends. And you could be dodging a bullet. So it's a gift and a curse for me. But I think any man or woman who's like really attracted to a person and their intentions is good and their agenda is for the best and everything, and if you just have somebody just say, I think we're just better off as friends, that kind of just knocked the wind right out of you. It's almost like the boxer who just got hit with that right hook and down go crazy. It's not a good feeling. You never want to hear that because you build yourself up to get to that point, and then you get there just to hear friends. Now, that's not what you want. That's not what you're looking for.
So do you stick around? Did you stick around after that, or did you just like, oh, I'm going my own way?
No, I did stick around because before in any relationship, I think you should be friends first before jumping into a relationship. This gives you a chance to learn the person because we got too many people who's practicing convenience instead of practicing chemistry and connection. And this is why these relationships aren't lasting. So I do believe in being friends, but let's talk about taking it to the next level somewhere along the way. At least you know what my interests are, that I have a romantic interest in. If that's not it, then we can always go back to what we are, and that's friends.
Wow. Hey, Shanera. If you are tuned in on any social media, please like and share this video. Invite somebody else in on the video so that they can give their opinion and get some of this information. So Rizal said that he has been friend zoned, and in the friend zone, he's learned to state what it is that he wants, and because you should be friends. First of all, you should be friends, but you shouldn't be friends waiting for an opportunity to like slide in there. That's my whole thing. Is that if we're gonna be true friends, then let's be true friends. But if you're gonna be a friend that's in waiting, like as soon as something go wrong with my relationship, then you like right there, like, hey, yeah, you should be with him. No way, he's no good.
Okay. Oh yeah, that's. I'm going to say it's about at least 83% of the men wait for that opportunity, especially if they have an interest for something to go wrong. So they're like, he did what? No, bro, come here. Let me comfort you. It's not going to be okay. Like, look, he don't know what he's missing out on. And he's like, yeah, man. So, yes.
I totally agree with you. I was listening to different podcasts this weekend about friend zone, and a lot of them said men and women can't be friends. That men are not wired to be a friend to a woman because they're always waiting for that opportunity. Like if I was to call the guy up that I've been friends with for a while and be like, "Hey, me and my boyfriend just broke up. Can I need some loving. Can you come over here?" They was like 80% of them be like, "Here I am. I'm on the way." They will go for it. So it's like,
97%.
97%.
97%, I'm quite
Wow.
sure.
So if someone tells you, if you're a friend, if you like somebody and you want more than a friendship with them, then the first thing you should do is you should state that. You should be upfront with your true intentions of what it is that you want. And then if that person says, nope, I just want to be friends, then where do you go from there?
Well, for me, and this is what I call it, again, that opportunity, I call it putting it on layaway. So if we become friends, we could be friends for 2, 3, 5 years. But somewhere down the line, whether it's 20 years or 22 years, if I get an opportunity, knowing that my feelings has been there for that time or whatever, yes, I'm going to try to slide. I'm going to try to slide through. But within that amount of time goes by, sometimes you lose the thrill. And you actually, by that time, you actually gain a true friend because now they get to open up to you more about different things that they might have not opened up to you if you were in a relationship or
Okay.
looking toward those things. So that's the gift and the curse thing again.
Yeah, yeah, that's sneaky. Like you're gonna pretend to be my friend, and then I'm opening up telling you different things about what I like, what I don't like, what I'm doing with probably other guys. Because if you're my friend, then I'm gonna open up and tell you stuff like that. So the pretend friend is what I'm gonna call it, sitting back collecting all the information, and then you shaking your head too, and then gonna use it on
No,
me
me too.
and then use it on me at a time when I'm at my lowest.
Well, understand, Lady Rochelle,
I'm trying.
a lion always watches it prey before it goes in for the
No
kill.
way. Okay. I appreciate you being honest. I'm hoping that other people are listening, women. So you're entering into this, they're telling you, okay, I just want to be friends. And it's like, okay, why not just walk away and be like, nope, that's not what I want. So since I can't get what I want, I'm not gonna be the friend because I want to be more than friends. Why not just, stick to your guns? And if you can't get what you want, then I don't want to be your friend. I'm out of here. Because then you're watching her or him with other people. And it's like, you feeling some type of way. I'm thinking like resentment or something is building up in you because you're sitting there, watching this person. Maybe people love on her, treating her bad or treating him bad. And then you're sitting there like, if that was me, if I get my chance.
I'm sorry, because I think a lot of men feel as though they can treat you better than the person than who you're with. So they try to show you that. And that's actually where they go wrong. Because you don't have to show anybody anything. All you have to do is be yourself. And if they love who you are, then they're going to love on you. So whether you're in friend zone or not, just be you. And it's going to happen naturally for you. You don't have to pretend or you don't have to uh, uh, guess that, well, look, if she was with me, I'll be doing X, Y, and Z. If you are the man for her and you are friends beforehand, she's going to know all of this, what you need, what she needs to know before entering into that relationship, because women are cautious before being with a man. And I respect y'all for that. But I think some men has become hip and we become cautious. We don't, especially when you get older, we don't just go around sticking and moving like we used to. Well, at least I don't. I need to know you. I need to understand you. I need to learn you. So that's the difference, you know, as far as friends when you get older, because now you've really learned this person and your feelings are a little bit different. Like, you know what? Yeah, I can't just be, I like sometimes it's better off that way of just being friends.
So you think most people come to that conclusion? Or most people are just sitting around waiting for their opportunity to slide right on in there?
Both.
Both. Okay. I'm glad that you're honest,
I,
Thorazal.
I can't think of like what the percentage could be. I could say it could be 50-50, it could be 60-40, but I definitely can say at least half of the people is waiting. And I'm only speaking to the men. Sometimes I speak to the women, but for the men, I can say at least 50% will be waiting for that opportunity, whether it's down the line or whatever. You're getting put on layaway. And yes.
Okay, so I've heard that women often put men in the friend zone, and that men often put women in situationships. Don't go silent on me now.
No.
If y'all watching this show, please like and share this show. We're live on Intellectual Radio, and we're talking about friend zone, the raw truth. And I know a lot of us have been friend zone. You know what? The last time I can remember being friend zone is when I was in 8th grade. Seriously, I thought about it today. I did. I thought about it today, and I'm like, I tried to think about the last time I was friend zone, and it was when I was in 8th grade. And reason why is because I'm not the type of person to if I want to be with you, I'm not gonna sit around you and watch you be happy with somebody else. I can't do it. I can't do it. So if you say, okay, we could just be friends, and I'm gonna be like, yep, from a distance, because I'm going over here, and I'm not about to hang around you. I'm not about to allow you to use me. I'm not about to allow you to come cry on my shoulder. I'm not about to you're not about to call me, be like, hey, I need $100. I got a flat. Call that woman you with. This is not that.
Well, can you say that? Will you being a true friend if he can't come to you for these things?
Okay, first of all, like, if I like you, we probably wasn't friends to begin with. Like, if I saw you around and said, oh, he's kind of cute, I kind of like him, and then I don't step to men. I don't. For some reason, if I were to say, let you know that I like you, we're probably not friends at that point. So if you say, hey, well, you know what, I really only see you as a friend, I'm not hanging around. I'm not.
So how about the women? It seems as though I guess it would be misleading. They give you the signs like, okay, I know you're interested, and they're flirting back with you, and then boom, it's like they snatch the rug from under you, and like, nah, I don't see you that way. Why go through the motions of giving me some feedback, giving me something, and you're just going to snatch the rug from under?
You know what? People do that. People and they think it's like harmless flirting, but the other person may be taking it serious. I don't even do that. I'm not gonna sit and pretend if it's nothing there. I'm not gonna pretend like it is, because I try to take into account that that person has feelings, and because I don't want it being done to me. So
how do you tell a person without telling them that they're in the friend zone? Because I think friend zone, it comes as a feeling. I don't think it comes like, if I came to, hey, Lady Rochelle, you was looking real good in that blue dress the other day, I might want to cross the line. You say, nope, you're friend zone. Like, do you really just come out and say,
no,
the friend zone? Or there has to be a certain way that you deliver it? Because that would be a little harsh to say, no, you're friend zone. And again, that's that blow is just hitting you like, oh my God, I'm looking like the Tweety birds going around my head.
Yeah. sometimes it can just be your actions. And if I know that you're the type of person that you're telling everybody that they look nice and I hear you doing it, then I'm not going to take you seriously. And so, yeah, I may be like, oh, thank you, Rizal. I appreciate that. And it may seem flirty, but I just saw you do it to about 4 or 5 other women. So I'm not going to take you seriously. And I'm hoping you're not going to take me serious by me saying that. So you have to just read the person, and to see if they're serious or not and what type of feedback they're giving you. Because some people will try to lead you on. They'll try to use you and get stuff out of you so they can call you and have you doing stuff for them and making you feel guilty. Oh, and then if you go somewhere with them, they're gonna make sure that they say, oh yeah, this my friend Rizal, this my friend. And you just like, yep, I'm her friend. Just waiting for my turn. Let's slip on in there. And like you said, and you were honest, like you said, people will wait. They will wait. They'll wait 10, 15 years if they have to for that chance just to slip in. They'll pretend like they're your boyfriend's friend or your girlfriend's friend. Just, oh yeah, I'm just a friend. Like to wait so that they won't be thinking anything. But then you're the person that's always getting pushed to the side. Like, what if that person say you got to cut that friend off and you've been there for that person and now they want that person to cut you off? They're going to choose that person over you.
Of course, because that's who they're dealing with at that moment in time. But you have to think too, well, look, me and this guy girl, we've been friends for this long. It's been 12 years. He's a good friend. Do I choose my friendship over this guy who I just started talking to for 3 months? Which one is more important? I think when it comes down to relationship and friends, especially if they've been around so long, I'm not quite sure why women sometimes feel there's a threat, or why men feel like there's a threat of another guy. He's been around this long and you ain't give him no play or anything.
Because men, not to cut you off, because men know how they are. So if they see another guy hanging around their girl, they know how they are. So of course they're gonna feel threatened.
So does this explain why women are so territorial?
Men and women are. Thank you so much, Charlene, for sharing the show. I appreciate it. For you guys that are listening, please like and share this show so we can get the
And
likes up.
comment.
I appreciate it. Yes, comment because we do
And
read
comment.
our comments.
Give us some feedback. Let us know if we talking are we talking the raw truth tonight?
Yes, let us know if you ever been friend zoned. So here's my thing. Like if I'm with a guy, I'm not gonna have another guy hanging around me. And I'm not gonna be hanging around another guy because I don't want him to feel some type of way. So I'm not gonna put him in a position to even think that anything is going on with me and somebody else. And I'm gonna tell you why. It's because I don't want him to be hanging around another girl and oh, that's just my friend. A lie. That's no. A lie. We're not doing that.
Well, what's good for the goose is good for the gander.
And that's why I wouldn't do it, so that you won't have an excuse to do it. No, let's set the tone right now. We're not doing that. Charlene said, especially when they have low self-esteem. Hello? You don't want to do that to nobody. Your relationship is going to go crazy. And Lisa says, it goes both ways. Absolutely. It does go both ways. And I think it's unfair to play with somebody's feelings. If you just want to be friends, then don't use them to do, especially if they said that I have an interest in you. I would distance myself from them so that I wouldn't be tempted to play with their feelings or to use them. I think I would distance myself. Then that way it would be like, okay. You'll be tempted you'll call them up, you're going somewhere. Hey, come go to this party with me. Let's go. Hey, come go over here with me. You just find your little self dragging around this person all the time. And every time that person introduce you, guess what? Oh, this just my friend. And you see guys or girls going in and out their life, and you're always the friend, but never good enough to be in that number one spot. And too afraid to have that conversation with that person to say, hey, why not me? Why you not picking me? I seen you with 5 other guys that done dumped you, treated you bad. Each time you done cried on my shoulder. They done emptied out your bank account, wrecked your car. and you still just choosing over me.
Yep.
Ooh, Lisa says safety zone. That is so true.
This right here goes, well, this is a question that we need to ask. Can men and women be friends without sex being involved?
I'm okay. My opinion is no. This is just my opinion. I would think if it was somebody maybe I grew up with and we started off as kids, and we grew up and there was never anything there. We never even flirted with the idea. And then I'm a woman, you a man. So, we get attracted to each other.
Yeah.
So, and that's the reason why you have boundaries. So I think that honestly, I think you probably can be, but you have to have boundaries.
I can agree with that. I can agree with that. Because as you get older, like I said, hey, it might be a time in life where I've never seen you in this type of light, where you're looking good in that blue dress. And it's like, wow, like, why I never noticed you before? But as you said, that you engaged 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 guys before a chance, but you never gave me a chance. What is it or what isn't it about me that you're not attracted to? Have you really truly gotten a chance to know me or to know who I am? And if we're friends, I hope that you have to understand who I am. And I think a lot of men and women, we tend to turn away who God actually sent for us. And then you're talking to your friend like, oh my God, this guy did this. What is God doing to me? Why can't he send me the man who I ordered? And sometimes that man or woman is going to come in the form of what you think that he is, and he's just going to send you exactly what you need. So you can't deny the person that God sent to help you.
Well, I would like to think if I'm asking my Heavenly Father for what I want and I'm detailed, I'm giving him details of what I want. And he said, ask and it shall be given. And I'm asking and I'm seeking. I would think that he would give me what I'm asking for. As long as it's within his will.
I mean, I understand the theory of what they say. What's for you is for you, and and who God has for you, that's who you're going to be with, and so on and so on. But sometime down the line, that guy that was actually pursuing you, and you see him 2, 3 years down the line, and you're like, damn, you know what? He's now giving this young lady everything that I wanted. I wonder if I would have stopped and actually took the time to not put him in friend zone or really took the time to get to know him. That could have been my prayers answered all along.
No.
He was probably it.
It was something about him that you just didn't like. It was
Well,
something
you're
about
gonna
that
listen,
person.
but you're gonna listen to yourself, or you're gonna listen to God.
I would hope that God would be guiding me. This is my thing. Because a lot of guys will come to you and say, hey, God said that you my wife. A lie. No. And men use, especially men in the church. That's why I don't like to date men in the church. That's what they do. They will tell you that. And these gullible women will fall for it. And here you out here with this jack of all trades telling you that God sent him. And then you miss all the other men, that all the other guys that maybe could have been, because you listening to him using that on you. So when somebody said God sends you somebody, God doesn't choose our mates. We do. God give us free will. We choose our mate. Yeah, he
Do you,
probably sent the person, but again, like you said, you might not have chose that person. But it might have been
there was a
something
young
about that
lady.
person.
She was heavy into church, and we're still friends to this day. And for the longest time, like, look, I was been trying to get with her, and she said, I need to pray on it. She's been praying on it for about 4 years, at least at least 4 years. She need to pray on it. If she haven't gotten the answer yet, I don't know what to say. It's done. That window is now closed. It's gone. We're still friends, but this is what I'm saying. Sometimes you might just be better off. And I think sometimes the hesitation and the procrastination on people, instead of rolling the dice, saying, you know what? Let me take a chance. This might be it. You never know.
I agree. And that's why I said be upfront. Don't be hanging on the side like, yeah, I just want to be your friend. And then you waiting to slide in there. If you want to be more than friends, be upfront and say, hey, girl, I'm checking for you. What's up? And don't try to have ulterior motives. Be upfront and you'll be surprised. She may be like, all right, let's do this. But a lot of times you want to sit on the side and you want to wait, thinking that she's going to recognize that you're this awesome person with these awesome qualities, and she like, she just walking over you, using you, and eventually you don't wasted time with her. Then you don't let women pass over because you sitting in the friend zone. Don't no woman want to be with you, and you got some other woman over there, and she looking like, nope, not gonna do that. Okay, let me read some of these comments because they coming in, y'all. Okay, so
Well, see, that's what
I
I'm
know,
talking about.
yes,
Let's
they
get to
coming
the
in.
nitty gritty because I got more to come.
Oh Lord. So yeah, Lisa said yes, we can. However, we should not play with fire. All of those times should not be spent together. Ooh, okay. Lisa, like, don't spend all that time with one person. Daryl says, I have a female friend whom I never dated, and I look at her as family. Okay, see, some people, I mean, I believe that it can be done. You just have to have boundaries. You have to have boundaries. Charlene said, and he will. Just wait on God. You have to wait. You do have to wait on God. And see, you may think that, oh, I'm this awesome guy. Why isn't she choosing me? God sent me. And God, like, I ain't confirmed that. I did not confirm that. And if God didn't confirm it, if we feel like we heard from God, we ain't moving. We ain't moving. And so you got to be in, you have to be in tune. You have to be in tune with God. And then at the same time, women, the same list that we had at the age of 20, we should not have that same list at the age of 50. Some of that stuff been drop it all. Drop it all. Stop trying to hold these men to these standards that you can't even hold. You want him to bring all this stuff to the table, and you can't even bring half of that stuff to the table. So some things that you wanted when you was 20, you ain't gonna get when you 50. Why? Because the men 50 checking for the women 20. So check your list. Okay.
That list needs to be getting a little bit shorter.
And I'm not yes, and I'm not saying settle. I'm not saying that you have to settle, right? And I'm not saying that you have to, erase your standards. Yeah, your core values should always be there. But things like, oh yeah, he needs to be 6'2", 100 and 200 pounds, with a beard, light skinned it.
The light skinned.
Right. Come on, y'all. Come on. I'm gonna need y'all to get it together.
Yes, that list needs to be getting shorter. And just like you said, with things what you just mentioned, I've actually come across, and I've actually seen, not just from my point, but from other people's point. Went through the same thing. Women got on saying when you get 50, like you said, checking for women that's now younger. You 50, you're not dropping it hot like you used to. He over there looking like, oh, Miss Parker, Miss Parker. So you got to start to think. You're getting older, and you're now at the point like, man, nobody snatched me up yet. You almost at the point where you almost take anything. That's convenient.
Wow. It says, Tonya, I hope that's her name. It says, she said, ask and it shall be given, but you do not always know what's best for you. Some have passed up, and this is what you've been saying, Rizal. Some has passed up their perfect mate because he or she did not check off one of their boxes. Ladies, you got to erase some boxes, erase some of them. You do not always know what's best for you. I totally agree with that. I totally agree. We don't know. And we have this list thinking that, we want and it'd be superficial things on the list, right? Superficial things that you have on this list that, probably God himself can't even do. And then we get mad and we pass up these amazing guys because they don't look physically like what we want. But are you there though? Are you there? Check your list and measure it up against yourself. Are you there?
Mm-hmm. Look, that ugly dude is going to treat you better than that handsome dude that's out there with the other 5'7" women or whatever.
They're gonna have to be pleasing to the eye. I'm sorry. You're gonna have to be pleasing to the eye. That's
Very
that's
good.
one of the things I ask God for. God, allow him to be pleasing to my eye. Because I don't want to roll over in the middle of the night and I got to put a bag on you just so we can be intimate. No, we just do it in the dark all the time. Turn off the light, baby. Don't turn the light on. No, we're not doing that.
But then
Okay.
you still got to go out in public with them. Then what?
I'm not. That's what I'm saying. He has
So
to
it's
be
like
pleasing
you're
to the
never going
eye.
to be. Yeah, it's like you're never going to be happy.
And I'm not saying he has to be a Rick Fox. If y'all found Rick Fox sexy, I don't. If it had to be a Rick Fox, but I'm just saying he should be pleasing to the eye. Somebody that you want to look at. You know, I'm not saying you going out here. You don't have. I mean, he should be. He should be. He or she should be pleasing to the eye. Lisa says some of them needs a return stamp. Oh Lord, put them back, Lisa. Lisa said, "You got to go." A lot of times, don't get suckered into don't get suckered into I have to lower my standards in order to be with somebody because you don't
I don't think
go
it's
ahead, Rashawn.
lowering the standards. I think that would be shortening your list a little bit
Yes, and I
because a
agree.
lot of things that you wouldn't tolerate before, you're now overlooking those things. Like, you know what? I wanted 6 foot, but he's 5'8", and he's good to me. Why not? I can go for that.
Just
But
make them.
women are like, no, you need to be like 6 foot and point 0.1 centimeter, like on the dot. Oh, I need to be looking up to you because I need to feel secure. You don't think that make you feel secure at the height of where I'm at? You want to miss over a good dude because you got a height requirement? Rise at Great Adventure has a height requirement. I don't. Go ahead. I see you ready to go.
No, no.
Go.
I'm just laughing at these comments. Charlene says, I sure did I sure did the fool. So guilty.
See?
Oh my goodness. If you're just tuning in, this is Warriors Talk with Lady Rochelle and the Biz, and we're talking about being friend zoned. And I know many of us have probably been friend zoned, whether you've known it or not. So do me a favor. If you haven't already shared this show, please like and share the show. Invite somebody else in on the show. We're live sharing this information on Intellectual Radio. So thank you for sharing your comments. We appreciate it. She says, Tonya says, free will is real. When I tell you free will, God is not going to twist your arm for you to do anything. She said that's why so many people choose wrong. They are choosing based on their will. God ain't gonna say choose. He ain't gonna put a gun up to your head asking you to do nothing. That's why you're supposed to be in tune with Him. You're supposed to be praying and asking for direction. And lady, He gives us that gut instinct, and a lot of times we turn it off. We don't use it. Stop
Mm-hmm.
ignoring those red flags. Did we do a show
Because
on
you're
red
sitting there
flags? I think we
making
did.
googly eyes, like, oh my God, he's gorgeous and this and that, not knowing that he's an abuser or something like that. Is it true that women should be with a man who's obsessed with them?
Oh, that's I don't know if that's a good thing. I was always told that the man should love you. You don't necessarily have to love him. Like you can learn to love the man, but you should be with a man that loves you.
But you got so many men out there who would do anything to be your everything. I think I got that from you. And yet women don't see the good qualities that this man has because they also bring a lot of the baggage from past relationships, and they're thinking like, well, no, I don't want this time. I don't want that this time. But it's totally different because this is a new man. You need to give him a new slate. You need to start fresh and just get to know him. And that's what the whole friendship thing is all about. So being friend zoned sometimes isn't bad because being that she's hurt, she's liable to hurt you. So you just dodged the bullet, gift and the curse.
My thing is don't I mean if you this is my thing. If you're interested in that person, then be vocal about it. Be vocal about it. Be upfront about it. Don't just sit to the side and be like, okay, I'm just gonna wait for the break. No, you tell her, be vocal about it so that she knows. And I do agree with being friends first, right? Okay, let's just be friends. Let's build a friend. That's different than being friend zone, than you actually building a friendship with somebody. That's totally different. you should build a friendship with somebody that you're trying to get to know or whatever, so that I want to be friends with my husband. I want to be his best friend. I don't want him to have a female best friend. That's what I'm here for. Yeah, he can have friends, but I should be that best friend. Some people don't agree with that. Like, no, you don't have to be best friends with your husband. Why not? I'm sleeping with this person every night. I'm with this person all the time. Why can't we be best friends? And then that's why a lot of marriages don't work and they fall, because you were never friends. And you grow old, you don't even like this person. You're like, I don't even like this person because you don't know the person.
But I think it's a little bit different when you're best friends, because when you're best friend or your friends, you feel as though you can share and you can tell them anything. Like I have 4 female best friends. I talk about any and everything. None of us never slept together. They're married. Matter of fact, me and their husbands are their friends and everything. I think when you're friends, when you're actually trying to date, you feel a little pulled back about what you say, because you feel as though you may be judged by them, because going into the relationship, they may hold that against you, or they may think about it like, well, you told me when we was friends that you did X, Y, and Z. Now here you are in this moment in time, and I see the flag, and I don't know if you thinking of your old ways again. So I think it becomes a little cautious when between the friends and being the best friend and pursuing the relationship.
I think that you should just be upfront with somebody. If you meet them and y'all hanging out, be upfront right away, telling them
Mm-mm.
exactly what it is that you want. And then if they curb you and put you to the side and say, "Hey, I just really want to be friends," then I think you should step away and allow them to just be themselves. Don't hang on the side, wasting your time being used, thinking that it's going to be a chance for you to slip in there. Don't hang on the side, wasting your time being used, thinking that it's going to be a chance for you to slip in there. Um,
But if y'all are friends, they're going to show that whole who they are without them being having to say this is what I want, because it's going to be appealing to you and you're going to want what they have. So you're not even going to have to say anything, to a point that the attraction is going to be mutual between both of y'all.
okay. Lisa says maybe she is hard of hearing. Maybe God has to speak to her in a different ways. Sometimes He does, because sometimes, like Rizal said, we want what we want, and when you want what you want, you're gonna let people pass by because you're trying to hold out for what you think that you should have, and not what you deserve. And
That's
that,
right. Lean
yeah.
not to our own understanding.
Okay, so Daryl says you should never settle. The person for you is out there. Patience is a virtue. Sometimes we need to use the time when we're single to work on ourselves, and I totally agree. I totally agree.
Here we go with that.
All right,
Here we go
Daryl.
with that.
Okay,
Yes, we do.
he'll disagree with you on something. Not always, my brother. I don't know what he disagreed with. You're gonna have to elaborate, Daryl. I'm not sure. Bag on your head just in case. Yes, Lisa, I'm so serious. You're gonna have to put that bag on their head if they have to be pleasing to the eye.
Well, we got a
They
lot
have
of
to
comments.
be.
I'm loving
They
it.
have to be. They have to be pleasing to the eye. If they're not pleasing to the eye, then you're gonna start resenting them. You're gonna start looking elsewhere. Your eyes are gonna be always wandering somewhere else because you're not satisfied at home. So you have to be. Men are visual, right? They're visual. So if there something is going on with their woman to where they're lacking in some area, if they're the type of man that they want to see their woman look a certain way, they gonna start looking. Okay, well, looking elsewhere. I can't get this at home, but I go to work. All the women at work dressed up, looking nice, hair done, nails done. Then I get home, she got this bonnet on her head, she got this robe on. We go when we go out, she got on sweats and a t-shirt. And granted, I know women, we go through a lot of stuff. We go through a lot of stuff, but we know how to pull ourselves together real quick. So you got to be pleasing to the eye. I'm sorry.
I agree with you, because if you're not pleased, like you said, if you're not pleasing to the eye, you do begin to wander. You start looking at what it is that you do like. And then it's like, why you keep saying at her? What are you looking at her for? Because she's doing or showing what it is, what I like to see. And I told you what it is, what I like to see. And it's not like you're comprehending that. And this is why now we're here. Because I told you I like X, Y, and Z, but you want to do C, D, and A. And I don't like C, D, and A. C, D, and A is not me. So this is why it's important during that friend time to find out what you have, who you're pursuing, who you're wanting to be with. Because you may find out that that person isn't all what you thought that they were. As my mama used to say, it ain't all cracked up as you thought it was to be, is it?
Everything that glitter ain't gold.
That's right.
Lisa says, I do not want to hold hands with someone that looks like he could be her grandson, her little grandson. I think 5'11" is asking for too much. It's not, girl. It's not. If that's what you want, if that's
So
what you
she's
want.
5'7". Would she be happy with somebody who's 5'8"?
Lisa, would you be happy with somebody who's 5'8"? You know, we
An inch
women.
taller than you? I think
Okay,
that way y'all could at least be eye to eye.
we have to love each other. We do. We have to love each other. Well, you know, women wear heels. We wear heels. So, once we wear heels, if you don't have an issue with me wearing heels and, looking
I
like a
love women in heels,
looking like a
but you got a lot
stallion.
of women who don't wear heels because they never really wore them, and they like, oh, almost broke my ankle, and now they want to stay in the fresh pair of Jordans every single time that we go out. Not appealing to me.
Not appealing to you, so you want somebody to wear heels. Who's a bugaboo, Lisa? Lisa, who is a bugaboo? I appreciate these comments. Thank you guys so much for
We
chiming
appreciate it.
in. Again, we're talking about friend zone here on Intellectual Radio, and we're just talking about some of the ways that you can be friend zone, and some of the ways you can get out of it by being honest with your intentions with someone, and just don't hold back. If you want to be with that person, as soon as you feel it, tell them, because otherwise they're gonna be looking at you like, you was on the side, wanting to be with me. They may feel some type of way. So just be honest.
But before you just tell me, there's a lot of things that go. I always say the right person, the right place, the right time can change everything. I think it comes down to time. You can't, I can't meet you today and 3 hours later, I'm like, hey, you're the one I want to be with you. Not saying that it doesn't happen. It could, but 3 hours later, I think it's about timing. There's a right time to say, you know what, you have to see that woman in her different seasons. I have to see you in that different light. I need to see you in that blue dress for it to click in my mind like, hey, oh, wait a minute. I never looked at her like this, but there's something different and I really like it. Like maybe, that's when that spark hit. And then my eyes connect.
Tonya said, beauty is in the eye of the beholder. Physical attributes fade. If you are stuck on my hair or my muscles, if something happens and they are lost immediately, I have security issues. That's true. And as you get older, things just don't, they're not the same. So, sometimes your priorities have to change when it comes to what it is that you're looking for. No.
That's true. But that's, in marriage, you do say through sickness is health, to love, to death do us part. So no matter what happens or how you get, you can work on it doing the thing. And I can say this, during my wife's battle with cancer, it got to a point where she felt unpretty. And that wasn't the case. I made her feel like she was the most beautiful woman in the world. Even I drew on her eyebrows. I put on her lips. I did all of those, those things just so she wouldn't feel less than what she thought she was. Because she still was fine. I still loved her. So I think it's time. It's, once you spend your time with that person and you found in your heart, because the heart wants what the heart wants. Once you find that that's who you want, it's not going to make a difference of what happens as far as the physical, because you know the type of person that you hold here in your heart with them.
Yeah, I totally agree. Get to know that person. Get to know that person so that You can weed out all the other stuff, the superficial stuff, and love them exactly for who they are. So, if things do change, your feelings won't waver. Lisa says, no, she wears 6-inch heels. Lisa, you wear 6-inch heels? Why did I think you was taller than 5'8" though? Um, looks like Lisa 6-inch heels and her pole dancing shoes. Oh Lord, where did we go? Somebody on the pole?
Oh, we got to call her?
No, I said okay, never mind. Love how you're treated. Oh, she said she loved how you treated your wife during her battle. Um, Rizal, you are rare. Let me just say. Um, a lot of women that I talked to when they were going through their cancer battle ended up losing their husbands. Like they ended up separating or getting divorced because of what they were going through. And, I don't know what it is, with that, men kind of, because you're visual. So things are happening to that woman, and the man is watching, and men are fixers. So if a man can't fix it, he feels like, he's useless.
Mm. But it's our job. I was just bonded with her to the end. I did what a husband is supposed to do. You don't just give up when you're married because things are not ideal to you, or she's not looking like she's hot anymore. No, that's your wife. That's the one that you said your vows to, that you're going to do no matter how she is or what conditions or circumstances are. So I still believe that. I still bond by it. But I think the problem with people is the time. Nobody want to take time to get to know anybody because it takes too long to get there. Like I know I'm not going to find what I had. That was high school though. I'm not going to find that. So getting to know someone all over, it takes time. And at our age, we running out of time. Time is definitely against us right now at our age. So it's like, look, it's to the point like, look, you over 40, are we doing this or not? Because I ain't got time.
Like, what we doing? All right, what we doing?
Exactly.
Okay, Lisa said I thought she was taller because I always see her in heels, but she's not short, but she's not real tall. Okay, okay, Lisa. Okay, so let's wrap this up. So we're talking about being friend zone. So what are some things that you can do so that you are not friend zone? Faye says she totally agrees with time. She totally agrees with that. Okay, so here are some things that you can do, and just jump in there, Resolve, so that you will not be friend zone. So the first thing that I say is to being bold and asking for what you want. The second one is you want to respond?
No.
Go ahead. The second one is start pursuing people who only want to be friends.
True. Because you're wasting time.
Thank you. The third one is don't allow someone, as was all said, to put you on layaway.
Hey, sometimes you cash out. So that's that. You use at your discretion if you use layaway.
Number 4 is never let someone make you their plan B. Number 5 is be honest with your intentions. Number 6 is be honest with yourself. And the final one is put yourself first. Stop putting that person first, doing everything for them. Put your needs first. All
True.
right. All right, Rizal, give me some words of wisdom about being friend zoned.
Friends about being friends. Hey, how you doing? I got to Gilmore. Gilmore. I'm getting
Are you having a whole really, we in the middle of the show?
I know. With his mama's medicine.
Oh, okay, go ahead. Your mama's medicine. All right. I got to take you. Okay, so you guys, Rizal is going to give us some words of wisdom about being friend zoned.
And the crazy part is, always speak from the heart. Worse is when we come to friend zone. Also, I got to say, God is going to give you what you want. And I like the idea of what you said, because I've done this 3 times. Write down and know exactly what it is that you want. But be ready and be prepared for it. I don't think a lot of people are prepared for it when God gives it to you. And they misuse it, they abuse it, and he let it go and it's gone. So know what it is, what you want, and how to treat it when you get it.
Awesome. You heard that, ladies and gentlemen. I would say, open your mind up and don't be so close-minded when it comes to different people that you meet, because you never know who may be your next. While you have your heart set on something else, you just never know who may be your next. So just be open when somebody approach you, and take that chance. So thank you guys for tuning in to Warriors Talk. Meet me right here. Noted. Daryl said noted. Good advice. Meet us right here next week at 6 p.m. on Intellectual Radio. As always, we care about your opinions, and thank you so much for liking and sharing the video. This is the Biz and author and founder, Lady Rochelle of Warriors Talk, where we are changing lives one
Shout
warrior
out to
at a time.
I'm gonna cut you off.
Thank you for listening to this week's edition of Warriors Talk with Lady Rochelle. About Warriors Talk, follow at Warriors Talk, the number 1, on all social media outlets, and Warriors Talk with Lady Rochelle on YouTube. Please join us next week and every Monday evening at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time on IntellectualRadio.com for Warriors Talk with Lady Rochelle, where we encourage, educate, and empower you into action.